Hey guys, it's Miss Tran, and today we will be working on two-step subtraction problems with three-digit numbers. So let's get started.
All right, let's look at this problem together. Miss Tran has $475 in her wallet. Mr. V stole her wallet and took out $118. If Mrs. Wallington also took out $232 from Miss Tran's wallet, how much money does Miss Tran have left? All right. So let's draw our known and unknown chart. All right. So we know that I started off with $475. But then for some reason, Mr. V decided to steal my wallet and took out $118. Oops. Let's see. And then Mrs. Wallington also took my wallet and took $232 from me. So, what's the unknown? What are we trying to find? We're trying to find out how much money do I have left. All right, so let's look at these action words. Let's look at stole and took out. When somebody steals something from you, they're taking it away from you. So that means we're gonna subtract. Same with took out. They're taking something out from my wallet. So we're gonna subtract. So we're gonna start off with 475, and Mr. V took out or stole $118. Now let's look at the ones place. 5 minus 8, we can't do that because since there's more on the floor, we have to go next door and borrow. So this 7 turns to a 6, and this 5 turns into a 15. So 15 minus 8 is 7, and then 6 minus 1 is 5, and 4 minus 1 is 3. But we are not done yet because Mrs. Wallington also took out $232 from my wallet. Again, she took out, which means we are going to subtract. So 357 minus 232. Let's look at the ones place right here. Since there's more on top, we're gonna stop. And we can just go ahead and subtract how it is. So 7 minus 2 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. And 3 minus 2 is 1. So, how much money do I have left? I have $125 left in my wallet. All right, let's look at this one together. Mrs. Rivas has 375 chocolates in her candy jar. Damian ate 192 chocolates from her jar. If Pablo also ate 155 chocolates from her candy jar, how many chocolates does Mrs. Rivas have left? Again, let's draw our known and unknown. So what do we know? We know that Mrs. Rivas started off with 375 chocolates. And then Damian decided to eat 192 chocolates from her jar. And then then Pablo also ate 155 chocolates from her jar. Now, what is the unknown? What are you trying to find? We are trying to find how many chocolates does Mrs. Rivas have left after Damian and Pablo ate some chocolates? How many chocolates are left? All right, so we're going to start off with 375. Now, Damian ate 192. When you're eating, he's taking the chocolate away from her candy jar, so we're going to subtract. So we always start in the ones place. So 5 minus 2 is 3. Now let's look right here in the tens place. If there's more on the floor, we go next door and we're gonna borrow. So this 3 turns into a 2 and this 7 turns into 17. Now, 17 minus 9 is 8 and 2 minus 1 is 1. But we are not done yet because Pablo also ate 155 chocolates from her candy jar. Again, since Pablo is eating, he ate some, he's taking some from the jar, so we're gonna subtract, take some out. So we're gonna subtract 155 from 183. So 183 minus 155. Remember, start in the ones place. And if there's more on the floor, we go next door. So this 8 turns to a 7, and this 3 turns into a 13. Now, 13 minus 5 is 8. 7 minus 5 is 2, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So, how many chocolates did Ms. Rivas have left? She now has 28 chocolates left in her jar. All right, this time I would like for y'all to try this one on your own. Sophia has 523 pencils in her pencil box. She broke 152 pencils and lost 250 pencils last week. How many pencils does Sophia have left? Remember, go ahead and pause and practice, and when you are ready to check your work, press play. All right, let's go ahead and check our work. I'm gonna read the problem one more time. Sophia has 523 pencils in her pencil box. She broke 152 pencils and lost 250 pencils last week. How many pencils does Sophia have left? Okay, so let's draw our known and unknown chart. Okay, so we know that Sophia started off with 523 pencils. And then she broke 152 pencils and lost 250 pencils last week. So, what are we trying to find? What is the unknown? The unknown is how many pencils does Sophia have left? Okay, let's start off with writing 523. Now, she broke 152. Since she broke it, we're gonna throw those pencils out, right? So we're gonna subtract. So we're gonna subtract 152 pencils from the 523. Three minus 2 is 1. Let's look right here. Since there's more on the floor, we're gonna go next door. This 5 is gonna turn into a 4, and this 2 is gonna turn into a 12. Now, 12 minus 5 is 7, and 4 minus 1 is 3. But we're not done yet because she also lost 250 pencil. Let's look at this action word, lost. When you lost something, it's gone, right? So we're gonna subtract 250 from 371. One minus 0 is 1. 7 minus 5 is 2. And 3 minus 2 is 1. So, how many pencils does Sophia have left? She now has 121 pencils. All right, guys, here is your exit ticket. Mr. Ramirez has 632 pairs of shoes in his closet. He sold 215 pairs of shoes at a garage sale. He also donated 157 pairs of shoes. How many shoes does Mr. Ramirez have now? So go ahead and work this out, take a picture of it, and upload it onto your Class Dojo portfolio. Have a great day, guys.